we are losing control. Hello everyone, and welcome to day 4 of this USA vs Germany campaign. And today we are defending Hürtgenwald, which is a town in Germany. Historically, this was the longest battle for Germany on their home turf in 1944. So the Germans fought the Americans here, and for both sides this was quite an intense battle. It lasted around 88 days, and today we are defending it. We are keeping our spoils. So for this one, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm not going to rely on mines again. The cash flow situation is better, but it could do with some help. So I'm going to use engineers exclusively just for fortifications and barricading one of the points for 2 reasons. One, the main one, I'd like as much manpower points as possible. And number 2, it's also going to be more interesting. So we've got our officer, a 44th Division Rifle Squad with a couple of light machine guns mounted on them. 2 medics per usual, our rifle squad with many machine guns. MG34s, MG42s, and MP5s. Our recon team, our tank crew for salvage, 2 engineers, a sniper, finally got a sniper, and a ammo crate, technically 4 ammo crates. And then this is our stage 2. So we've got another 3 ammo crates. We've got a 37mm M3A1. This is a L53 caliber, so that indicates high velocity. It's quite a potent gun, actually. And this is a starting gun. You don't have to research for it. A mortar, 60 mils, will hide behind a building. 2 MG30... No, only 1 MG34 AA gun, our auto cannon. I haven't resupplied it because it's so expensive, but I'll resupply it on the battlefield. Our Browning, Ernest and Warren are joining us. I will try to keep them in the back to look after them, considering they did so well in the past. 2.7 PZ, let me get the name here, sPzB 41. Now, I overlooked this gun. I didn't think of much of it. I thought it was just a crappy little Puck 40 for children, but it's actually a potent APC-NR delivery mechanism. So an TLDR APC-NR is it's a kind of an APCR round, but the barrel squeezes at the front, so the barrel narrows down, if I'm not mistaken, and that gives it an extra charge at the end. It's very fast. It's faster than your regular APCR round, so it's somewhere between an anti-tank gun placement and a anti-tank gun. So that's where it sits, and it sits quite nicely in the bushes, so it's good for flanking or hiding in the bush on the flank. Then we've got our Panzernest. I'm bringing in this just for effect, for novelty, but it does do one cool thing. Because it's so armored in the front at 70 mils, it distracts the enemy. So the enemy will just sit there and try to shoot it, and they won't get through, which I kind of like. So you have to place it in a specific location for it to work. Otherwise, it'll get shot in the back or the side. A 4.7 puck, which will hide in the bush. This is not too bad, and it will be just fine for light to medium armor. Our 2cm quad AA gun, our Flakvierling 38. This is great, but you have to place it in a specific location. Otherwise, it will just get taken out because it's got such a big profile. Very deadly though, and lots of ammo. And then 2 Browning M2 HPs. I really like the Browning of the Americans. There's one caveat with it, is the guys who carry it around, they have to lay down on the ground. So it's an excellent ambush gun to hide in the bush. The only problem is line of sight can be a problem. So you have to place them in very specific locations. So we've got 4 guns, 4 machine guns, 5 machine guns. So we've got ample firepower to deal with this map. So let's get going. All right, let me spawn in and have a look around. So Point E, that's quite central. So they're coming in from the northwest. Point E is quite central, and it's likely a lot of them are going to converge on this location. And it's at the bottom of a valley, whereas here we have the benefit of being on top of a mound, a set of mounds. So we're going to defend Point C. They're going to come in from the northwest and the northeast. Basically, they're just going to come from all over, but at least we have options. And what I'm going to likely do is form some kind of barricade and try to get them to have to go around. So I'm going to bob wire and tank trap this up so that the outlet, they have only one way into point E essentially is what I'm going to do, throw them off. So I'm going to go away and do all the work, and I will be back to show you what I've done. So around point E, I've basically barricaded the location off with tank traps. There is a weak point here and here that I'm concerned about, but it basically means the enemy has to go all the way around and into a little kill box here where I've got a hidden 2.8 APCNR, and then I've got the Panzernest in waiting for the infantry, and then the 40mm automatic gun on the hill. And I've got some Brownings sitting in the bushes, a mortar team in the middle to just cover everything, another Browning, an MG34 in the bush, and then a tank gun 37mm hiding in the bush, and our 4.7 on the northwest flank. And then I've got the Flakvierling hiding just behind everything, and then an MG42. Is it MG42? Yes, MG42 sitting in the middle. I've got a scout on the edge. I've put him there right up front just so he can see a bit further than everybody else. And we've only got 27 seconds left, but they will start spilling in now. Let's get this started. The Flakvierling is kicking off, and I'm messing with fences. Okay, let's just take the turret out. Okay, let's just switch the machine guns on. Let's wait for them to get into range. Let's see what the range is. There's the 120 mark. Okay, just for reference, essentially. Okay, let him have it. Let's see what's happening on this side. Okay, engineer, it's time to go. You can finish it later. But the good news is they're not getting in. They have to path around. So there we go. Panzernest and mortars. Okay. So for this as well, as an aside, I had to really check all the line of sights because there's so many hills, there's blind spots everywhere, and just plan accordingly. Yep. Let's just help my dude here. I'm gonna have to destroy this Flakvierling. It's just too dangerous, unfortunately, but they keep rearming it and immediately go for my countermeasures. Oh, one of our artillerymen miles away. That's no good. Let's get him their stat. Okay, hold on, I've got to deal with this. Okay. I love the Americans' voice lines there. So I've played this game a lot, and everyone talks to me in a different language. I think German is the only language I'm vaguely familiar with, but everything else, Finland, Finland and Russian, I don't know what they're saying. So it's quite refreshing to have English being spoken to me. That's cool. It's cool. just concerned the mortar might take out one of the fences, at which point we're pretty screwed. I don't think it'll happen. I haven't seen it. I could be mistaken. Let's just hope not. Hey, that's it's artillery, I think. I'll look at what it is in a second. A Panzerjäger. Oh, that was one of the early versions of it, I think. Ooh. Oh no. Okay, this is... that's a problem. That is such a big problem. We have to try to kill it in its spot to keep it blocked. Oh, if we don't, we're pretty screwed. To be fair, we already have a point, so I'm stressing a bit about nothing. The vehicles will still need to go around, essentially. Just means that we're going to have infantry streaming in from the middle now, as opposed to a kill box. That's right, come through. Okay, where were we? Alright, we were helping this guy. Let's put him back on the equipment. Put the medic in the foxhole. Sorry, I've got to pay attention. There's something else happening on the right here. Get our... It's another Jaeger. Okay, that was the... That's the APCNR. I must have hit... sparked an ammo box. I have faith in you guys. Come on. Keep working it. Okay, I'm going to move this guy up into this bush quickly. Just for coverage, because we got to, oh, hold on. We got change rounds, HE. Come on. Okay, problem solved. Anyone? Okay, we need the medic. Medic's there. We've lost 3 guys. I'm happy with that. I don't know if you saw that, but he just got sliced in 5 different ways from 5 different angles, or 4. Here comes a scout car. Oh, wait, there's a placement on the flank. Sorry guys, I keep jumping around. I have to sort of pay attention. Scout car in the back there. Okay, that's fine. It's just a scout car. That is a... I don't know what it is, but it's got to go. Oh, another one. Have I got no... I've got no ammo. Okay, let's just make a plan here. We are losing control. That doesn't look good. We have to stop whatever that is. That's another AA gun, I think. HE rounds. Quickly. What is that? Figure it out later. Yeah, the Flakvierling has got ammo. Okay, that's taken out. Next is the tank. We got a tank coming up. What do we got this time? A Panzer something. Oh, it's another Panzerjäger. I need you to shoot that ASAP. There's a placement. I can't have that. And this stupid scout car is at an acute angle. Okay, that's fine by me. Good. You stay put now. Okay, I think it's slowed down, which is great. Starting to, there we go, get back on the MG42. Ammo's coming for the mortars in a moment. Yeah, these doofuses are trying to repair it. There we go. Did you see that? I was hoping for that. So I'm shooting the tank and hoping it misses so it hits the target behind. Just wait till the ammo comes. I need you to drop some shells there. Come on. That puck 3.7. There we go, got it. I think we are done here. 1199. There we go. Okay, sure. That was quite a busy round. Let me go salvage everything, and there's a lot to salvage. So we got a lot of vehicles. This is great. This is what I was hoping for. I think the only thing we lost was the Flakvierling. But we nuked it. Oh, and we one-shotted a Jaeger, but that wasn't deliberate. I just needed that thing to stop moving. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Alright, I've done the salvaging, and I haven't seen a haul like this since, I think that my first campaign all the way when I used to play the game on easy against the Russians, playing as Germany, when I didn't know anything about engineering or mines. So definitely a big difference when you don't use mines, you get more equipment. So we got Panzer IIs, some light tanks, Czechoslovakian tank, the PZK PFW, transport vehicles, a 3.7 flak gun, loads of MG34s and 42s. We got a Panzerjäger and a scout car and a 3.7 puck. And we also got a whole bunch of MG34s that I picked up off the ground, and a 42. I stuck them in the scout car. So this is what I was referring to. I've got loads of ammunition, smoke grenades, and at least one anti-tank grenade. So yeah, that was quite a tricky one. Let's go have a look at the unit performance. So we lost 14 soldiers, the bulk of which were artillerymen. So that was the Flakvierling, the 4.7 anti-tank gun, the Browning, and I need to check if it was Warren or Ernest. I hope they're okay. And then one engineer and one scout. Those two I can account for because I noticed they were missing. But I think the rest were artillerymen and one or two riflemen. All right. The 3.7mm puck. When did I shoot that? Where did I place it? Oh, I placed it in the middle between the MG42 and the MG34, the mortar, and the 4.7. So I was driving that manually quite a bit to get some of those vehicle kills. And the Flakvierling, yeah, it did very well, relatively speaking, for what the gun is capable of delivering. So definitely got good value out of the 37mm. The 40mm, I wasn't watching it. I think I drove it manually once or twice, but it clearly did a lot of work. Again, I think these are cumulative values. Somebody in the comment mentioned that the game actually tracks these values over time, so it's not necessarily in this round that this all transpired. More of a leaderboard for the unit. So the 40mm gun is carrying some metric baggage from some of the previous rounds. The Browning, cleaning up. We had Brownings. I think we had two of them. No, we had one. And then we had the ground-mounted Browning in the bushes. The Flakvierling, yeah, that thing was firing off and cleaning up. So that did a lot of work. It got taken out. We lost one artilleryman on that, and we resuscitated them. The Lafette MG34 is also working very hard, and the M42 in that little hedgerow in front of the 4.7 was decimating those groups. And it didn't get hit, which was great. The mortar was just doing mortar things and taking out units at the capture point. So I've grown to like mortars. They're relatively cheap, but they are ammo hungry, and they will just fire and fire and fire. But they do passive work in the background, which is quite cool. I haven't upgraded because of the ammo, so it can go to 80 mils, but I haven't moved up the ranks in terms of mortars just yet. So I'm more happy to have, say, 2 60 mils and 1 80 mil. Then the riflemen, they weren't out, scooted out into the front, so they didn't get a lot of kills, and there was more to keep them behind their hidden placements to draw fire. And then our 2.8, also everything actually did really well, because at this point in the list it's normally the drop off, but it hasn't arrived yet. So I was going to chide the 2.8, but again it did very well. I was driving it, and it got the kill on the Jaeger Panzer with that single shot. The 4.7 scooted out into the west flank. I was driving that quite a bit, So it did a lot of work on taking out the incoming placement, and then the Brownings sitting in the middle by the main point, also cleaning up. And then we get the drop off the engineers and all the rest. This was more of a novelty, the Panzernest. I have seen it where it's drawn fire, and because it's quite densely armored in the front, the AI will just shoot and shoot and shoot it and will not do much. But you do have to aim it, and it's rather situational on where you place it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you again for all the comments, the questions, and all the subscriptions. The number is growing every day, so I appreciate that greatly. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again soon. Cheers.